Welcome back to Nintagious. How are you guys doing? Riley, Logan, Andre, good to see you. That's been a while. JMT. Let me do pixels. Two things. So one, as I mentioned on Discord, I apologize for the late start. I don't remember my alarm going off. I think I've mentioned before, I actually have 3 alarms set as, like, safety, because I'm so sure that one alarm isn't going to get the job done. I only remember hearing one of them go off. I don't remember the other 2. Which tells me that, one, I should probably take tomorrow off. I probably need a day off if the alarms are, like, that ineffective. 2, I might need to change the alarm, because I don't know if anyone else is like this, but the longer I use the same alarm, the less effective it is at actually getting me up. So, I think that was part of it. I think I'm so good at rolling over and turning the alarm off and going back to sleep that it's just proving that ineffective that I don't even remember hearing it go off. So yeah, I already changed the alarm tone to something else to see if that'll help. Why is my controller not working? Like, the last how many days this hasn't been a problem, now all of a sudden it is? Like, what the hell? Why is my controller not working? I connected it, right? Mm-hmm. Alright, I think the emulator's mad about something. Even though, I guess it's because I started the emulator before I connected my gamepad, but I've done that the last, like, 4 days and it hasn't been a problem, so yeah. One of the many reasons why I do not like doing stuff on emulators, because technical difficulties. Ah, there we go. Number 2. I cheated. I'm gonna level with you guys. I was grinding for almost 4 hours last night, and all I had to show for it was every member of the team had 1 level more than what they did when the stream ended. It was way too much. I was gonna have to be grinding. I was probably gonna have to lose sleep to grind to get them high enough to where I wanted them to be. So, someone hooked me up with a infinite rare candy code, and I just used that to save time because it was pushing me a little bit too far. So I do have everybody up to level 48 now. I'm not, like, gonna over-level. I'm not gonna trivialize it, but I didn't want to... It was going too far. I didn't want to get through Victory Road just to be like, oh good, I still have somebody at level 46, and that's gonna cause a problem. Why isn't the screen... Thank you for pointing that out. I don't know why it didn't rehook. Emulators are dumb. Put all this stuff in the pile of why I don't like doing things via emulator, if I can help it. And hey, View. Is there anything else not working? Sound should be working, right? It looks like it, aside from when I tab away. Yeah, and I've had that problem with alarms before, where, like, if I keep using the same alarm tone for too long, it'll stop waking me up. I've seen other people have that problem, too. You're not at work yet, View? Or do you have off today? If you didn't already leave. Oh, here's the other problem. the randomizer made everything in Victory Road like this low-level first stage stuff, so the experience gain is terrible in here. It's absolutely awful. There's a few evolutions, but they're like not super common, and they're still like second stagers, so they're still not good experience. It was an uphill battle that I was looking at like having to spend days doing, and I was just not into that. If I were doing like a first time playthrough or something, I wouldn't have done anything like that to make it go faster. I would have just, because it was kind of like the point of the game, right? But since it's a game I've played multiple times, and I'm kind of playing it with the express purpose of streaming it, I didn't want to just come in and sit here for 4 hours tonight and stream grinding, and then have to grind again all night, and then have to stream again tomorrow to do the Elite Four. Yeah, I might have to outright get another, like, a new alarm tone, because I changed it to what my, like, rando ringtone is. So that might not wake me up either. I might have to put something entirely new on there. Man, that sounded like something outright breaking. So yeah, at this point in time, I'm probably going to plan to take tomorrow off. And then, like, if I wake up when I should, I'll, like, I can still do a stream, like, last minute. Like, that's not, because I have plenty of games that need to be, like, finished, so it's not like I have a shortage of games to play. Yeah, I also feel like I should stress that, like, I'm okay with grinding. I feel like some Pokemon games just kind of push it a little bit too far. Like, I really don't mind grinding that much. It was just 4 hours with so little to show for it was a little much. I don't have any Paralyzed Heal, do I? Of course not. Yeah, I'm debating on if I want to pump her full of rare candies until... and get her evolved before the Elite Four. I don't know if that would, like, trivialize it in any way. If I don't, I feel like there's a solid chance of, like, finishing the game without her ever evolving. Yeah, you didn't have a team of 6, though, right? That makes a really big difference. Yeah, I mean, I haven't skipped any trainers. There were a bunch I skipped on stream, but I went back and did them all off stream. I think there might have been a few here and there that I missed, but yeah, it's just the fact of like just having a few less members of the team. Like that's why it's so easy to just pick one Pokemon and sweep the game, as long as it's something that has good type coverage and doesn't have too many weaknesses. When they get all the experience, you're like constantly like 20 levels ahead of everything. Man, fire types for days. That's fine. How the hell is Poliwrath that fast? I mean, I guess I'm 6 levels higher, but how did I outspeed a Rapidash? I feel like that shouldn't happen. Of course, now you're probably going to use a potion, and is it? I thought Rapidash was, like, one of the faster ones. Yep, there's the potion. Hey, Scarlet, how's it going? I don't think I know what movie you're talking about, though. I don't think I've ever seen Blade Runner, so that's part of the problem. Oh, I didn't know if that's what you meant. Because again, I don't think I've ever seen Blade Runner, so I don't know anything about it. So that comparison just went right over my head. Yeah, damn. Whoop. I enjoy movies, but it's now that I'm streaming, it's really hard to make time for movies. I butchered this eruption. Yeah, realistically, the idea behind Detective Pikachu isn't really that unique of an idea. I think just the fact that they're putting it within the Pokemon universe and they're doing such a good job of doing it, I think it'll still be like, I'm excited. I think it's good. I think it shows a lot of promise. Again. I have the freaking yawnies tonight and can't shake them. I want to say a Steelix would win because it would probably have a solid chance of knowing a rock move. Does Steel resist ice? I'm not sure if Steelix is weak to ice or just neutral to ice. Wouldn't rocks completely fuck Articuno's shit up, though? That works. Whatever. Oh, so steel does resist it. Or wait, is Steelix... I don't even know if Steelix is steel and rock or steel and ground. I was assuming steel and ground, because that seems right for some reason, but I could be even wrong on that. Yeah, and Articuno's 4 weak. So as long as it knows a rock move, I feel like it would win in a landslide, no pun intended. And like I said, it's solid chance that it's gonna know a rock move. I can guarantee that there's no vodka in there. I am not big on alcohol for starters. Yeah, Ice really does not have a lot going for it from a defensive standpoint. I wasn't paying attention to what it's sending out again. I'm so bad. I'm such a scrub. Oh right, this Raticate that's nearly dead. That works. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Like, I don't know. Part of me thinks Ice would be really fragile, right? But then the other part of me thinks that, like, a big friggin' iceberg is gonna be, like, you're not gonna punch your way through that very easily. Like, that's probably gonna be pretty tough. Yeah, there's Freeze. Which is, like, one of the stronger status elements in the game, but it's, like, not super common. And yes, I did get a map ready for this, so that I wouldn't have to... I mean, this place isn't, like, that big and confusing, honestly. Hey guy, how's it going? A Metang? Seriously? Okay. Torch it. I think I might raise an Alolan Sandslash in Let's Go. I don't know when they're going to give us access to, Alolans. But I thought Alolan Sandslash was pretty cool. Yeah, it's very, like, retro, isn't it, Scarlet? It's very, like, well, back in the day, this was probably cute. Now it's just fucking dumb and tedious. Oh yeah, don't you hate that guy? I've had that happen some years. I don't even bother saving points for that sort of stuff anymore, because like sometimes it usually doesn't. There's so all these discrepancies that they'll be like, well, it's like, motherfucker, just give me the fucking turkey. I'd say you should save for a Switch, Riley, but if you would get Pokemon Crystal on like the 3DS Virtual Console, that's not that expensive. So realistically, you could probably do both. Depends on if that's where you were planning on getting it or not. I don't know. I think a Switch is going to be worth owning within the next year. Like, even if you don't care about Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate and Pokemon Let's Go, there's going to be like a full Pokemon coming out next year. There's going to be a new Fire Emblem. I don't know if you care about Fire Emblem at all. Like, I think the Switch is going to have a lot going for it next year, so I would definitely recommend getting one. And you don't really have an interest in Smash, right? I don't know. I don't know what day Metroid Day is. I don't think I knew that there was a Metroid Day. This is new information to me. I should probably... Do the strength puzzles stay where they are if I leave? Like if I leave to go heal, am I gonna have to redo all of the puzzles? That's what I thought. I don't think it's that they reset if you leave the floor, because then the one puzzle wouldn't work. Oh, yes, Scarlet. Yeah, Metroid came out today for the NES Online app. You are correct. Came out very early this morning. It was like 2 o'clock or something when it came out. This place isn't that big. I'm just worried about running low, because I don't have very many items. It's one thing I forgot to do. I forgot to go stock up on more items. Yeah, I meant leaving the cave. I think the boulders will go back to where they were if you switch floors, but, like, unless they're on those switches. Could totally be wrong, though. I have to laugh, View, because you just said something to me last night / this morning about how you have to stop buying so many games. It's so hard though, because there's so many games, and it's like, well, I want this, and I want this, and I want this, but I really shouldn't be getting more, but I want this. It's so hard. Yeah, it's like I told you. I keep trying to tell myself that between Let's Go, potentially Warframe, and Smash, I should be good for the rest of the year. The only exception I'm leaving open is if I see any incredible, unbeatable Black Friday deals. Then I might, like, impulse purchase some stuff. But they're really gonna have to be, like... I think I'm gonna set a soft limit at $20. Like, it's gonna have to be low, $20 or lower for me to say it's worth it. Unless the game is, like, already that expensive, of course. Yeah, when I saw Mario plus Rabbids for $20, I was like, I think it might finally be time to jump on that one. I've been putting that one off for a long time. Yeah, it's another problem, guy. That's kind of why I've trained myself to not buy so many games, because then I'll never finish anything. I still haven't finished Celeste. I think we're doing good on Dragon Quest Builders on overnights. Like, I think beating that is possible. So there's 2 more trainers, like, around here, but I really don't have to fight them. I can skip those. I still think Celeste is absolutely worth picking up. Especially if you can get it on sale over the holidays. Like, I think it's, what, $20? I think $20 is a solid price. It took me 10 hours to get through the main campaign. Like, that's really good. Oh, you didn't want a copy as in you didn't want to play it while other people were playing it. I gotcha. I thought you meant a copy of the game. No, go ahead and play it. I haven't seen that many people playing it lately. I haven't even played it in a couple weeks. Yeah, what else? I feel like there's another game that I, like, recently got that I haven't finished yet. I got Shantae Half Genie Hero, haven't even started it yet, so there's another problem. I don't know if I can say that I finished Starlink. I gotta get back to Starlink. Like, I beat it, but there's still things to do. And I want to get back to it. It's just, I feel like that's a good overnight game, and I'm, like, really into Dragon Quest lately, so I'm not wanting to drop that. Yeah, open world games are tough. You really do have to be in the mood to play that kind of game, I think. That's my problem with Breath of the Wild. I finished it, and then I was like, well, that was good, but I'm probably never gonna want to play it again, because I'm rarely in the mood to play a game like this. Guess I could grab that item. I never played the DLC for Breath of the Wild, so I don't know if that still counts as finishing it. I mean, maybe you should start streaming it again? Do you think that would, like, help encourage you to actually play it? In regards to both Breath of the Wild and Starlink? Like, maybe saying I'm not gonna stream it is what killed your desire to play it. Because I've done that before. I've hit points with a game where I've been like, I'm not gonna stream this anymore. Because I basically did enough of it, I'm gonna do, like, the last 5% of the game, like, on my own, off-stream. And then I just never get around to it. Streaming is good for, like, making an excuse to actually play a game that you might not have been playing otherwise. Oh yeah, when it comes to Breath of the Wild, you should probably just start over, honestly. I think someday I'll probably stream Breath of the Wild. I'll probably play through, like, everything up until the final boss, and, like, then I'll download the DLC, do all that, and then do the final boss afterwards. But we've talked about my interest in streaming it isn't super high. I didn't want to come down here. And yeah, you're right, the boulders move even if they're on the switches. So shit, I have to do that all over again. Even what you were saying, Scarlet, even the fact that you have to have a Pokemon that has to know this specific move just so that you can push the boulders around is so, like, man, 20 years ago they probably thought this was an adorable mechanic. Now it's just like, that's enough. This is one of those HMs I was talking about when I was fucking hate why nots. When I was explaining HMs to you the one night about how terrible in design they are. This is one of them. Like, you have to have a Pokemon that knows strength to be able to get through this cave. In some games, victory roads are even worse because you need strength, you need sometimes rock smash, sometimes rock climb, sometimes surf. Like, it gets really stupid. I personally don't think I ever enjoyed HMs. They're semi-tolerable in first gen because there's not too many of them. But then as the games went on, they just kept adding more of them, and they just got, like, more and more frustrating. Oh, maybe I didn't have to do that again, because I didn't hear the sound of the gate opening again. So the gates stay, but the boulders switch. I think. That's useful information. On that note, I think I'm going to escape rope out of here and go heal. Because my team is starting to be pretty beat up. And I don't think I can really, like, make any more progress without reaching a point of, oh, I'm basically at the end of Victory Road. Like I said, this place isn't that big. If I would have been, like, if I would have planned ahead better and actually had, like, items for healing, I wouldn't have had to, I wouldn't have to retreat, but... I don't remember. I don't think he does, but he might. It's hard to remember, like, which rivals jump you in which places in which games. Because in some games, the rival does jump you right at the end of Victory Road, so I think in Gold and Silver, they do. I'm not going to be able to buy any good potions in this city, though. That's a problem. Yeah, since you battle him right here, that's probably the only time you battle him. Yeah, sometimes they approach you within the league itself. I think what actually irritated me most about HMs is how damn long it took them to actually realize we need to change these. Like, it literally took, like, in X and Y, they kind of fixed them. Because HMs were really only needed for, like, side routes and shortcuts, so they were kind of, like, optional. They weren't, like, mandatory to progress through the game, if I remember correctly. It's annoying. And then in Sun and Moon, they outright, like, removed them. Like, that's when they were like, okay, HMs are gone. And now you have pretty gloves. So the switches don't stay down. What the hell? I guess, like, if you outright leave, then they do reset. That's awful. I hope they fix some of that in. Let's go. I should probably just be running from a lot of these fights. Like, the experience isn't even worth it. But yeah, like, for example, in X and Y, they made it that, like, the strength boulders were just, like... It was just a boulder and a hole. And then you just threw the boulder in the hole, and then it stayed there for forever. You only had to do it once. It was, like, it was slightly better design, but it still wasn't amazing. Yeah, it's slow, and, like, every single step you take, there's a chance you're just gonna get into a freaking battle. Like, it's kinda just... It's not an engaging mechanic, that's mostly my gripe with HMs, is, like, not only are they intrusive, but they don't, like, create an interesting gameplay twist. I liked the rides in Sun and Moon a lot more. I think some people don't like the rides, but I thought they were nice. I think what frustrated me was, like, if any of you have played the Pokemon Ranger games, those are, like, Pokemon just naturally know how to do these things, and you can just say, hey, do this. I think that would have been a smarter design choice to be like, hey, there's a bush. Any Pokemon in your team that has claws or something sharp on them can cut that bush. They just have the ability to do that. I think that would have been, like, a way smarter way of doing it. Like, not make it a move at all. And then it's just like, okay, some Pokemon can swim and they're big enough to carry you, so they can surf. Maybe you still need the badge to do it. Like, that part doesn't really bother me, because that's a way of, like, bottlenecking gameplay. That makes it sound really negative, but... I feel like it should be more about, like, actually, yeah, I don't know if I love the gym badge idea, because I feel like it should be more about, like, having a Pokemon that can do it, I guess. Going that way. Like, I feel like any Pokemon with wings should just be able to fly. It shouldn't be a matter of wasting one of their move slots on the ability. They should just be, because why are we supposed to believe that if something has wings but doesn't know the move fly, that they can't fly? That doesn't make any sense. That's a leap of faith that, like, I can't get on board with. Not a leap of faith, a suspense of disbelief. And I'm, like, moving very slow here because I'm hoping I'll get in less battles as a result. Some games that works. Like, the faster you move, the better chance you have of getting into combat. Penguins don't have wings, they have, like, flippers. But you get my point. I think it just makes more sense to just flag every Pokemon as... okay, they're big and strong, they can move boulders. They are something that could feasibly swim and carry something through the water. Okay, they can surf. Which is basically what they already do. That's how they determine who can learn which HM. But just take out the middle step and just let them just natively do it. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't... So... I feel... I don't know, how big are Poliwag? I'm not sure how big they... I think Poliwag are actually bigger than most people think. But I could be wrong. But yeah, so you're telling me that Clyde can move boulders around just because he knows strength, but Barricade can't? Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You're telling me that Billiam and Maple can't cut down bushes, even though they have, like, claws and blades? You're telling me Clyde can't do anything against bush? He can't just burn the bush down? Like, it should be that intuitive, I think. And that's what they do in the Pokemon Ranger games. Like, that's how it works in those games. You have to put a fire out, go find a water type, and have them put it out for you. Like, it's not a matter of you needing to find a certain water type. Sometimes you have to find one that's powerful enough because it's, like, that big of a fire. But I don't think so, Logan. And yeah, Poliwag probably could not. I thought they were bigger than that for some reason. But they'd probably have to stretch it in some ways just to make it playable. Because it would suck if you got to a point where you needed Surf. Your only water type was what was a Poliwag or like a Surskit, and Surskit probably can't even learn Surf. Well, he probably can, but that's like not feasible. But then you'd have to wait for Poliwag to evolve to be able to Surf. Like, that wouldn't be good gameplay either. So it's a delicate line. I think it seems like a better gameplay system than this, though. The HM system in the old games is just awful. I think originally it was designed around limitations, and then they just never bothered to change it. I feel like Clover's only useful because she has Fly. If I'm being totally honest, she's not very good at, like, in combat. She doesn't have good moves. I'm just gonna run away from this one, actually. Yeah, that's another way they could do it, is give every Pokemon, like, a 5th move slot that, like, doesn't necessarily... It's not actually an attacking move, it's just... like, a utility or a field move. Something I don't necessarily love about that is then every Pokemon would only be able to have one. And, like... Dragonite's big, so you think Dragonite would be able to fly and push boulders. So having only one would be kind of overly limiting. Yeah, I'm, like, not even interested in random battles anymore, because it's not worth the experience or the time. What I'm trying to decide is, after I get through here, if I should turn around and come back for some of these trainer battles, or if I should just rare candy it up and go to the Elite Four. This D-pad works weird sometimes. That's kind of how it works in Sun and Moon, Scarlet. Because in Sun and Moon they have ride Pokemon, which are like, they're not even Pokemon you have. They're like someone else's Pokemon that you're allowed to call on to help you. So it's basically that. You just have a menu of these different Pokemon you can call depending on what you need. And then there's one that can fly, there's one that can push boulders around, there's one that can walk over like rocky terrain, there's the one that can surf, there's a few others that I'm like not immediately remembering. I think there's one that can rush through boulders and break them. But something I didn't really love about that is they weren't your Pokemon, so it kind of like, it would have been more fun if they were yours, you know? Instead of just like, oh, here's a Charizard you can use to fly, but you don't actually get to use the Charizard, but he'll fly you around. It's like, well, kind of sucks. But it was still a massive improvement. Oh, this is a problem. Let's get the fuck out of here before we get iced. Yeah, like that. Yeah, but I don't know if I even like that you have to have them in the first slot. Like, even that, it's just... Limitations, like, typically aren't fun, is the thing. Limitations are usually designed to stop the player from doing something that they shouldn't be doing, but... something like HMs is something you should be doing, so why are there so many limitations on it? You know what I mean? It's an intentional mechanic, so why do you put limitations on an intentional mechanic? It makes sense why you need certain gym badges to use certain HMs, because that prevents you from using those moves before you're supposed to be able to use them. So that makes sense as a limitation, but... yeah, exactly, because then what if Poliwrath is 10 levels higher than all of your other guys and you're trying to let others get the experience, but you have to keep swapping them to the front just so you can use them for... Therefore, you'd only ever be able to use one Pokemon while you're surfing. You'd be able to switch once you get into combat, but you'd always have to lead with that one Pokemon. Yeah, that was something I didn't like about Charged Blade, Logan. That's something I don't like about... There's quite a few weapons I don't like for that reason. Because you like, charge up this super attack, and then you try to use it, and the monster moves. That's something I didn't like about Longsword that much, either. You go for those spirit combos, and then the thing jumps out of the way right before the final hit, and you're like, well, I just wasted that. And the elite would probably be snarky and say, well, don't don't suck and miss like that, but sometimes it's fucking hard. Like, come on. These... Like, the monsters move around a lot, so you can't always guarantee that they're gonna be standing still every single time. Sometimes you can't wait until you topple it, though. Otherwise, you're gonna be constantly gimping your damage output because you're waiting too long. And then what happens if you topple them, but you, like, don't have your charge ready, or you have to, or your weapon's blunt and you don't have the charge? Like, it's a the planets need to align sort of situation, and if you're constantly waiting for the planets to align, you're never actually doing damage. It's one of the tricky things about Monster Hunter. Knowing, like, are you serious? This might be bad. Yeah, exactly. What if you topple it and then the very first hit drops your sharpness to orange or something, and then you're just bouncing like crazy? I probably could have skipped one or both of these guys, but yeah, I like the Charge Blade in concept. It's just that thing about, yeah, you charge up this massive attack and then you miss. Like, that's not even a Charge Blade exclusive thing. It's definitely something that kind of kills it for me, though. Especially because the Charge Blade is really elaborate. Like I said, I decided against using Charge Blade for Generations because I was afraid that I was going to have a hard time focusing on, like, making the weapon work while also trying to focus on chat. I needed something a little bit more simple, but I also didn't want something really simple, which is why I went with Switch Axe for, like, the in-between. Unfortunately, Scarlet, maybe I shouldn't even go there, but I am of the unpopular opinion that Sephiroth was a shitty villain. And I don't find him, like, intimidating at all. Well, I find him intimidating, I don't find him interesting. There's a difference, I guess. Tentacruels are one of those problems. I really don't have anything that can deal with something like this. Everything that can deal with them is also weak to them. I really should have used an electric type at one point in the game. I mean, I did briefly with Magnemite, but then I dropped it. Because I was like, electricity isn't really that good. That worked out, though. I like Sephiroth for who he was, a whiny little bitch. You're not wrong. I don't think Kefka's terribly interesting either, but he is terrifying for the same reason the villain of Twilight Princess is terrifying, because he's batshit crazy. I remember specifically I remember specifically that moment in Twilight Princess where I realized Zant is, like, completely fucking gone. Like, his brain doesn't even function as a brain anymore. He's so crazy, and it's terrifying. I wasn't paying attention to what. What do you mean, should you mute? Bum, 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 bum. And I think I mentioned it yesterday. If you guys haven't noticed, the facial hair is driving me absolutely insane. I'm really hating it. Like, yesterday it just kind of snapped and I was like, I don't like this anymore. And now I can't leave it alone because it's I don't like it. Don't like it. Black Cover 95, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Oh, I wouldn't say Zant being fucking insane is that big of a spoiler. Especially if you played Hyrule Warriors at all, because you're kind of already exposed to the fact that that's his character. I'll keep that in mind though, and make sure I'll try not to play. I'll try not to stream Twilight Princess until you've played it. Which I was already planning on playing other Zelda games first anyway, so that's, like, not a big deal. I kind of want to do Twilight Princess last, because it's, like, my favorite one. Level 42 Bellsprout, why would you? Bum, 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 bum. But yeah, like, I appreciate my villains to be well written, but there is something to be said about villains that are just so crazy that you, like, don't want to go there. Because, like, you realize they don't have a filter anymore. They'll do anything because they're so far gone that, like life means nothing to them anymore. And there's something especially terrifying about that. Even if they otherwise aren't very interesting characters. Which, I mean, Zant had some depth, and I'm sure Kefka did too, but, like, I think people remember Kefka for the fact that he's terrifying, because he's insane. Yeah, you're not wrong. Most people think of Sephiroth as once he's... of who he becomes once he completely snaps. Because that's basically all you see of him in the game, I guess, is kind of the problem there. you don't really get to see much of him before that. I don't think I fought this guy yet, but maybe I did. I don't remember for sure. Yeah, I did. Okay. Alright. I think this is the last trainer battle. I think we're almost out of this place. Oh man, I wish I still had powder snow. Just rip both of these things up. Maple, you might get screwed up pretty hard here if this goes wrong. All depends on what they use and if they survive. Really? Yeah, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. Yup. The only reason I survived that was because it's freaking... It wasn't stab. At least I wasn't expecting Mega Horn. That's something. I was expecting, like... I guess, like, Poison Jab doesn't exist yet, so it couldn't have been that. I was expecting something poison, though. I was expecting... That's what I was ready for. I'm almost positive that this guy is not a trainer. I think he's a... move tutor. Ooh, I see you. That's useful. Hey, we're here. Alright, what do we gotta do? We have to go... We have to buy, like, a bunch of full restores. Like, as many full restores as possible. And a bunch of revives. I think I already have a bunch of revives, so we're gonna go with like 30 revives. And then just how many? Like 47? That sounds solid. 40? Let's do 40. I think that's gonna be more than enough. Yeah. Yeah, those are some great balls, and those are some Ultra Balls. Good eye. I'm gonna grab some full heals, too. Is there anything else I can do? You can step aside while I destroy this place. Before I do that... I'm gonna take a quick break to get something to drink, because I tore through that tea. And gonna rare candy my guys up a little bit. Because again, I only got 1 level each out of that place. Like, I didn't get many levels at all. And I was thinking that I want to have everybody at 52 before I go into the Elite Four. So I'm just gonna drop rare candies on them to boost them up to 52, and then, yeah, we'll go in there and see what happens. I forgot I was gonna do some gag about, like, while we're on break that I time traveled or something, and now everybody's level 52, but I already spoiled that I have the infinite rare candies anyway, so it's kind of doesn't work. That, and I'm more focused on getting through this than making a spectacle of it. So, yeah, we're gonna take a quick break, real quick break, and then I'll come back, boost my guys up, and then we're going to hopefully have minimal difficulties with the Elite Four. I hope we can just get through it. And I mean, on one hand, I don't want it to go too quickly because this is going to be a really short stream if it goes quickly. I'm okay with it taking a longer amount of time, but I don't want to have too much trouble and frustration with it. Let me put it that way. Hey, Coulter, how's it going? You're just in time for a break. So yeah, real quick break, and then Elite Four. So stay tuned. Alright. I am back. It's not supposed to be relaxing. It's supposed to keep the hype building. So, yeah, I was talking to View about this. One of the first break musics he used was, like, similar, where it was very epic and, like... And I liked the tone it set, because I felt like it kept me hyped for, like, when the stream was going to continue. And I wanted a theme that was similar to that. it took me a while to like actually like realize what it was that I wanted. And it came to me last night, and I was like, oh, this is what I have to do. However, was it too loud? It's worth asking about that, because I haven't done any volume checks on that. So if it's too loud, that's something I can fix very easily. It's not too loud? Okay. Cool. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna push everybody up to level 52 here. The big thing about the break screen, and I've talked to other streamers about this, the big thing is that, like, you want to pick a theme, to be blunt, that's not from a Nintendo game, because Nintendo's going to claim all of that music. They're going to claim a copyright as soon as you play that music. So using that music as a break screen means no matter what you play, they will be copyright claiming that video. So you want to pick something that isn't going to be copyright claimed. And Sonic music's pretty good for that. Sega isn't very aggressive about claiming those copyrights. So that makes Sonic music really good for that sort of stuff, I think. There's probably other things that would also be good, but like, I wouldn't want to pick anything from Smash, for example, because they're gonna claim that. And then even if I'm playing, like, Cuphead on PC, my stream is going to be claimed by Nintendo just for the break screen music, so, yeah. I don't really want to change... Like, I thought about that, Coulter. I thought about what you were saying. I don't really want to change the music for every single game. That's kind of tedious. It's more tedious than you'd think. I did think about that, though. I thought about changing the splash screen for every game and the break screen for every game. But, yeah, I just ultimately decided against it. And again, what I said about copyright claim stuff. I wouldn't want to use, like, Super Mario Odyssey music for Mario 3, because then, I mean, chances are they're gonna claim Mario 3 anyway, but, like, then, whatever I play at the splash screen, if that's gonna get copyright claimed, the entire video is gonna get copyright claimed, regardless of the content. I could literally do a chill stream where I'm not even playing a game, it's just the camera, and I'm just like hanging out with you guys for 2 hours, but if I use music from Breath of the Wild for the break screen, Nintendo's gonna claim the entire video. And it's not just Nintendo, it's just that's an easy example. Because other companies would do it too. And yeah, for those that weren't here at the beginning, I'll re-explain. I was grinding for 4 hours last night, and I only got 1 level each on my entire team. And it kind of broke me, and I was like, alright, we're just gonna do the infinite rare candy thing to speed this up, because this is ridiculous. If it was a game that I was playing, like, for the first time, or even the second time, or just not on a time frame. Like, that's kind of the problem with this game, is I really wanted to finish it before Let's Go came out. And that was kind of, like, causing difficulties. Like, I would like to play something else tomorrow, or maybe even just take the night off to kind of recharge before Let's Go. Just so I don't go into Let's Go already tired of Pokemon, you know? And for those unfamiliar with Pokemon Scarlet, This is the Elite Four, so this is like the final boss of the game. The goal of a Pokemon trainer is to collect all the badges and go to the Indigo Plateau, to the Pokemon League, and fight the Elite Four to prove their strength as a trainer. And then you usually have to fight the previous champion after the Elite Four to become the champion. Something really cool about Sun and Moon is that you actually do get to become the champion and, like, defend your title, which I thought was a really, like, that was a way overdue design decision. I was really happy that they did that. Hoping that they'll maybe even do that in Let's Go. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, Coulter, that's what you're supposed to do, and I'm okay with grinding, but since I'm kind of playing this game with the express purpose of streaming it, and kind of... I chose to play FireRed because I wanted to say, here, let's take a look at this game, at first generation, before Let's Go comes out, which is another remake of Let's Go. So let's remind ourselves of what the game is about. And as such, I kind of wanted to just get through it. I didn't really want to make a full experience out of it. Especially, I've played this game multiple times, so that's another thing. If I play any other Pokemon games, I'll probably be more willing to grind. You also don't have to grind nearly as much in the other games, in my opinion. It's the early ones where you have to grind like crazy. This might go horribly wrong, but we're just gonna go with it. Yeah, he has Surf. Yup, that's just dead. Come on, a crit? That's uncalled for. My lack of electricity is really gonna be a problem here, to be totally honest. That's something I don't like about ice types, is their, like, 90% chance of also having water attacks. At least this early in the generations. But it's another good reason why I decided to, like, not make it permadeath anymore. Because permadeath on this shit would have been... How do you even get through the Elite Four with permadeath on? Like, holy god. You'd have to grind for, like, weeks to actually get strong enough to do it without any danger. So I will point out that, like, I might have to restart this a few times. I might, like, take what I'm seeing here and be like, okay, maybe I should give my team another, like, 2 levels to get through here a little bit safer. I'm not going... I don't want to use save states between each member of the Elite Four. I want to do them all in one run. At least. I don't want to abuse save states too much. Fucking protect. I could see that. I could see giving them a certain number of lives. I think that's reasonable. Because then that gives you room for error if something ridiculous and stupid happens. And yeah, that's true. You can save between each fight. And if I put a save... Well, so let me put it this way instead. I'm not going to use multiple save states. So I might make my one save state after Lorelei, but I'm not going to have a save state at the beginning, and then one after Lorelei, and then after Bruno, and then... I'm not going to have one for each, because that's where it starts to feel a little cheesy. Something that's intimidating is the idea of, like, yeah, you could save after Lorelei, but then you basically have no choice but to keep going and make it work, or to let yourself die and be sent back to the Pokemon Center. So yeah, doing a save state after each one is not... It's not that bizarre, because yeah, you could just save the game after each one. I have a feeling that that Lorelei is gonna be the hard one. This is gonna be the one that's gonna give me the most trouble. Just because I don't have any electricity. Like, that's gonna cause a big problem, I think. This thing is also really tanky. Aren't you out of protects yet? He tried to use it again. Bruno might cause some problems too, because I have one anti-fighting move, so that might be another problem. Now he's gonna protect again. Protect is like one of the dumbest moves they've ever added to Pokemon, in my opinion. Well, Johto's Elite Four was the same Elite Four. Because remember, these two countries are right next to each other. It's the same Pokemon League. I mean, they did have, like... It was 2 years later, so they changed up the who was in it, but... But Lance was in both, too, right? Like, this thing's not even a fucking ice type. That was actually pretty close, Coulter. He probably has an ice move, so this could still go horribly wrong, but... I don't mind tanky Pokemon too much, it kinda depends. Some of them can be real assholes, but I'm surprised she didn't use a full restore. Even this experience isn't very good. I kind of specifically remember the first time I played through this game, I just threw myself at the Elite Four to level up. Because there was no consequence to dying. You lost half of your money. I just spent all my money on items, so who cares? I would just go through and just be like, okay, if I die, I just start over and I keep all that experience and I keep going. Yeah, exactly. You can just get rid of your money, and it's not a problem. There's no consequence otherwise. I guess your Pokemon get kind of pissed off, but... I'm thinking I might actually have to do that here. I thought 52 was going to be high enough to make this manageable, but I don't think it is. Which makes my gut sink a little bit, because I thought that... I can't imagine how long it would have taken to grind to just to level 52, and that still wouldn't have been enough. That would have been heartbreaking if I spent, like, an entire another entire night grinding up to that level, and it wasn't enough to actually do this. Like, if I would have started the stream, okay, here's the Elite Four, and, like, I walked in and I was like, oh, I'm not high enough level. Like... It's, like, kind of horrible. It doesn't help that, like, my entire team is weak to water or ice. Like, that doesn't help at all. I think most people either... They probably did what I said. They probably... throw themselves at the Elite Four and just take the blackouts and just constantly start over and farm experience. Use this max revive actually, and remembering barricade back. I've done that in multiple Pokemon games, honestly, where I've been like, I get to the Elite Four and I spend all my money and then I just go as far as I can, let them take me out eventually, and then I start over with all that and just farm experience until I'm able to get through it. I don't even know what that does. Okay, interesting. We have to address a problem? I've thought of that. There's quite a few Pokemon that I'm like, I want to see them appear in Detective Pikachu, but I also don't because they will probably be terrifying. This is getting really stupid. I'm surprised he didn't miss. Just to add insult to injury. I'm thinking I might do something like, after every fight, I'll give everybody 2 more levels, or something. But I don't know, this is already like a struggle. I'd like it to be slightly smoother than this. Because watching me scrape by like this can't be interesting, right? No, you can't use rare candies during battle. Fairly certain. That would be kind of weird. Well, I mean, we did it, but I lost 4 members. 5 because I had to resurrect Barricade. I still think I'm gonna give everybody like 2 levels per fight.
Because nobody leveled up through all of that, so... And like I said, when it comes to Let's Go, clearly I'm not going to be taking any shortcuts like this. I'm just going to have to figure out how to make it work for real. But since it's like a new, quote-unquote, new game, I don't mind doing that. I don't know if it's intense. That fight was not intense. That fight was kind of stupid. Multiple times I was like, I should just start over, and give everybody more level ups because this is dumb. If it were a little bit... no, okay, part of that is because, like I said, everybody on my team is weak to either water or ice. So this was gonna be one of the harder battles. Alright, I'm gonna give everybody 2 levels. So they'll be what? They'll be 58 by the time I get to the champion? I think that sounds reasonable. That's of level. But, like, Lance probably isn't gonna be a problem, because I have parry. Oh, whoops. How did I accidentally do that? I think I have enough items. I'm not really worried about that. Yeah, Barricade should make short work of them. Why does it, like, keep changing like that? Is Blizzard better than Ice Beam? It's better than Hail. I'd kind of want both, though, wouldn't I? Because Hail makes Blizzard always hit. Maybe I'll get rid of Headbutt? Yeah, let's do that. I don't use Headbutt very often. Did it again. It's because, like, the rare candies are, like, respawning at the bottom of my bag or something. It's weird. Weird cheats. Okay, really quick. I want to switch these around. Alright, like I said, I am going to make this a second save state in case I realize that I made a mistake and I want to go all the way back. Because that'll be faster than losing. Or hell, it would even be nice to be able to, like, reset the fight if I realize that I lead with the wrong Pokemon or something, like I did last time. Yes, I didn't really want to lead with Clover here. Clover has Fly, so she's gonna take out his fighting types. Or she's gonna try. Let me put it that way. Not that confident in Clover's abilities, I'm gonna be totally honest. Oh, but if Hitmonchan has Ice Punch, she's fucked. We'll take a chance, but if it has Ice Punched, we are royally screwed. She is faster, though. Yeah, I thought about giving her one more candy just so she evolves. Maybe you should have used that the first time, Dick. Holy god. If they do use it again. Yup. Good call. Yup. Yeah, it hits you if you're in the air. Honestly, in this generation, I feel like Dragonite just isn't good. It's gonna be a tank once it evolves, but it doesn't have good, attacks. I don't know if it cancels the attack. I don't know. I don't think so, but it might. I mean, Poliwhirl and Poliwrath are basically the same design. They're just slightly different proportions. Do 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 do. I guess the bigger question is why. Like, why would you give him Psychic? I don't think his special attack is very good. Yeah, his special attack's pretty bad. Even as type coverage, that wouldn't be a very good attack to give him. Yeah, I like Poliwrath. I feel like there's a chance I might use a Poliwrath in Let's Go. It depends on if I decide to cheese it and give myself a Squirtle really early from Pokemon Go. Which I might do, because I'm pretty sure I have one. I haven't been thinking too much about, like, what my team is gonna be. I've been thinking I'll just wing it. Let's try and give Clyde a chance here. He's gonna hit me first, so going for Eruption is dumb. Okay, maybe he won't. Maybe I should have gone for Eruption. Nice. Good work, Clyde. He only had 5 Pokemon? I was expecting him to have a Rhydon or something. Yeah, in the early generations, I don't think Poliwrath is actually that good, but in the newer generations, I think he's pretty solid. Because now with the physical and special split, like, that kind of changes everything. But then for a couple generations, there were, like, no physical water moves, so he was still fucked. Now, see, that one went remarkably smoothly. I feel like I don't need another 2 levels after that battle. I think it was just that, like I said, almost my entire team is weak to either water or ice. Actually, I guess only 4 of them are weak to water and ice, but still, that's most of the team, so... That's true, Logan. Once I get into the next battle, I'm probably gonna be like, I should have... Oh yeah, it's just constantly adding more rare candies to my bag. That's kind of weird. Except now a bunch of them are gone. You know what? I'm gonna turn off that cheat really quick in case that's causing problems. I don't want it to, like, glitch out. But yeah, chances are I'm gonna go into the next battle and she's gonna send out like a level 64 Gengar and I'm gonna be like, well, fuck. Fissure's the one-hit KO, right? That's dumb. Yeah, let's not. If I felt like fucking around and having some fun, then I would, but... Ooh. It's better than Slash, right? Fuck yeah, it is. Scratch, I mean. Nice. No, it's still doing it. It's weird. Yeah, I said a few times tonight, like, if this were, like, my first time through the game, I wouldn't be doing this, but... Since I've played this, like, 3 times... More, if you count, like, actual first generation. And since I'm playing it with the express purpose of streaming it... Hell, if it weren't for the fact that I'm on a time schedule here, like, since I want to finish it before Let's Go, if I had all the time in the world, I probably wouldn't be doing this either. I'd probably still be saying, okay, I'll just grind it out. Like, the next... Then if I... Like, the... Ooh, Wing Attack. That was, like, actually... better than Fly, in my opinion, but there's nothing I can do about it. Should I get rid of Slam for Wing Attack, do you think? Or maybe even Twister? Like, Twister's garbage. And yeah, Logan, you were right. If I would have just evolved her into a Dragonite before Bruno... she would have just wrecked everything with Wing Attack. If I knew she was going to get Wing Attack, I probably would have done it. I think I am just going to get rid of Twister, because, like... it's not strong enough to make it worth having an attack that... Like, yeah, it's a dragon attack, and dragon attacks are, like, strong because not much resists them, but Twister's so weak that it doesn't matter. So I think I'm just gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna lead with parry here. No, Dark's only immune to Psychic. Might resist Ghost. Maybe. Yeah, the only problem is she's now weak to Rock, so some of the other things would have caused a problem. Yeah, but Let's Go included, and if I decide to play any other Pokemon games in the future, I probably won't pull shortcuts like this, because I'll have all the time in the world. It won't be a matter of, oh, I have to finish it before such and such a day. Oh good, let's start with bullshit. I would have led with, Clyde, but of course these things all have Levitate, so can't Earthquake them anyway. Well, this first one wasn't a problem. Arbok? Like... okay. So you're actually a poison trainer, is what you're telling me. Golbat? Like... what? What? Yeah, it just shows that there wasn't, like, enough shit in first generation. So they kind of had to, like, just make things work. Shit, I'm out of Ancient Power. I didn't think of that. Oh, that's gonna suck, because he's... yeah, well, he's neutral to it. That's not that bad. Yeah, you can still take that thing out. I'm not that scared of it. Unless he crits, then I'm gonna be eating my words. How am I outspeeding a Haunter? That should not happen. Yeah, once you get to the rematches, they do have, like, they have other Pokemon, which I was actually just thinking about that. I wonder if I should, like... do you think after Let's Go, should I maybe come back and do the post-game stuff? Like, would that be interesting to see, or... is nobody gonna give a shit once I'm... once I've finished here? Yeah, I'm thinking a no on the post-game. Like, if my interest was high in doing it, I would do it anyway. Like, for example, I still want to finish Yoshi's Woolly World, because that's something I want to do. So, even if people are kind of, like, in the middle about seeing that, I'm still like, well, I still want to do it. So, this one is gonna give me trouble because of that curse. I should have swapped out. Yeah, most of the reason I would do the post-game is for the Elite Four rematch, really.
Oh, get over yourself. I'm gonna be that guy.
If she immediately uses hypnosis, I'm gonna be really mad.
Fucking cheating AI. Okay, that's also bad.
Why not, right? I guess I deserve that. Well, good thing is that Periwinkle doesn't have Curse on her anymore, so... With a full restore, she should be good to go. But yeah, like I said, if it's a game that, like, I really want to sit down and do the post game or like 100% completion or whatever, I'm probably gonna do it anyway. But like with this, I don't know if I really want to do it. Like I'm not, especially because I'd rather save that energy and just. But by the time I finish Let's Go, I'm probably not gonna want to play any more Pokemon for a while. Nope. Oh yeah, you asked earlier, Riley, and I was like in the middle of talking about something else. I don't really know what my favorite types are, though. I've never really thought about it that much. Electric's definitely up there, even though I think a lot of electric types aren't very good. That's just kind of like my go-to typing, like, element in most games. I like... There's a lot of grass types I like, and there's a lot of water types that I like. There's a fair deal of pretty cool ghost types. I don't really care for most psychic types, personally. I like steel in concept, but it's another one where I think most steel types aren't very good. I don't think I'm gonna boost them to 60 after Lance. I think I'm just gonna stick at 58. Maybe. I feel like boosting them to 60 is gonna give me too much of an advantage, and it's gonna take the intensity out. And this has proven to be much less frustrating. After I got past Lorelei, it was just my team was like not compatible with fighting something like that. There's a lot of really good psychic types. I think just in design and like from a thematic standpoint, I don't really care for them. Okay, we good. Why so dramatic, Lance? Oh yeah. I like Dark, but I feel like Dark isn't very good yet. In early generations, especially, Dark is like really bad. God, I really wish I had an electric type. I'm gonna try to be cocky. This is a bad idea, but I'm gonna try it. Okay, that's not that scary. Really. At this point. There are a fair deal of poison types I like, too. I like ice types a lot, too. It's just, again, there aren't many good ice types. I don't know, I'm realizing as I'm sitting here thinking about it now that I don't think type has anything to do with why I like a Pokemon. Because there's definitely, like, there are Pokemon in every type that I think are really cool. Oh yeah, when Gengar didn't have Levitate, he was garbage. Because Earthquake just wrecked his shit. Like, in first generation, like, Red and Blue, Gengar was not very good. And I think it was mostly because of that, because Earthquake just tore him apart. And Psychic was so strong in Gen 1, too, that that also ripped him apart. That might kill me. Yeah, I was being dumb. Not paying attention. This might not actually do much damage, but... Rock doesn't resist itself, are you kidding me? I kinda hate it when types don't resist themselves. Well, the reason it was super effective was because he's also a bug type, and bugs are weak to rock. But I thought it was going to hit neutral because I thought rock resisted itself. So rock is neutral to itself. It's not weak against itself, at least. There's only like 2 types that are weak to themselves. And that's Ghost and Dragon. I thought he had a Charizard. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, it might just be in different games that he has a Charizard. Maybe in the original, in Red and Blue, he had, maybe he had one there. Now let me heal up. I know this is going to be uncomfortable suspense, but I gotta pee. So I think I'm going to do that really quick before we take on Gary. Even though, realistically, as soon as we beat Gary, like, it's just going to be credits and then we're done, so... But, still, I'm going to do that quick before
we jump in against him,
just in case something does go horribly wrong and the fight takes... Well, also in case the credits are like 20 minutes long, and I'm not going to want to be holding it in for all that time. So, yeah, real quick break, and then we'll fight Gary. And like I said, I'm not going to use rare candies to give myself another 2 levels, because I feel like it might actually make it too easy. Because most of these fights have gone really smoothly other than Lorelei. And that one kind of scared me into boosting more than I needed to. So yeah, I'll be right back. Stay tuned. We're still gonna finish this tonight, and then we'll probably end pretty early again, and do a raid and all that fun stuff. Wait, let me give you guys pixels quick for 10 likes before I take off here, and then I also forgot that at one point I was giving pixels for badges, and I kind of forgot about that. Probably because I went like a full stream without fighting any gyms. I think that's why I forgot about that one. Oh well. Anyway, yeah, stay tuned. Be right back. You know, I think they should not plot twist, but I think they should have a twist in Let's Go and have Gary be the champion instead of your friendly rival. Like, I think that would be incredible. Alright, I have no idea what he's gonna lead with. You're a little crazy. Ah, good bet. He's probably gonna... yeah. We're just gonna set up on your face then. It's alright. It's cool.
Excuse me? I thought it had a 100% chance. I thought it had 100% accuracy when it's hailing. Is that, like, not the case yet? Did they not add that until later? They must not have added that until a later generation. Gary's girth overwrote reality. He's lost a battle every time. He's lost all of them. Against me, at least. Right, Clyde doesn't have a rock move anymore. We're gonna try and mix it. I could just probably just surf the thing and kill it in one hit, but we're gonna try and give, like, everybody a moment to shine on this fight if we can. Oh, right, he doesn't have any fucking... Alright, well, he's gonna die. He's just gonna outright die. That actually didn't do as much damage as I expected. Honestly, like, I feel like this team could have been really good in modern generations, if that makes sense. But since they have limited move pools, there's no physical special split, and I don't have unlimited TMs, I feel like that kind of held them back. Especially... I don't even remember what Anorith's evolution is called. Especially him and Dragonite. I feel like they are, like, really lacking in good moves because of the time we're in. Huh, I thought he was gonna try to... That's gonna hurt, actually. Fuck. Let's give Clover a chance to shine here. Because I don't think she's gonna get a chance otherwise. Let's go for the slam. Ha! I'm probably gonna miss too, because fuck me. Yeah, alright. Maybe let's stick with Clover. I think we're gonna paralyze it and then heal up Perry. And then, you know, if Clover can take it down, that's cool. Yeah, nice try. I bet you wish you had an actual dragon attack. And before it uses Outrage or some shit. And completely wrecks me.
I regularly forget that EB Games is still a thing in other countries. Nice. If I try to use Slam, I'm gonna miss. So we're gonna go with Wing Attack, even though it's weaker. Alright, now he's gonna use a full restore. I'll be very shocked if he does not use a full restore. Yeah, there it is. I don't know why I'm bothering with the hail, because apparently that doesn't work in this game. I'm gonna try it anyway, though. Wow, that's it. Well, he is neutral to it. My god, that did a lot of damage. It's probably my best bet. So I was thinking, like, I know this is, like, totally unrelated, it has nothing to do with this battle, and it makes it seem very, geez, how engaged in this battle am I if my mind is wandering me this much. I was thinking this morning that I'm gonna set a rule for myself that I can't use Pokemon Go to complete the Pokédex in Let's Go, because that's gonna make it way too easy. Like, way too easy. I wasn't paying attention to what he's sending out. I'm assuming Alakazam. Or Exeggutor. Either way, this is kind of the way I want to go, so... Although I did mention that I might cheese it and give myself a Squirtle really early, if I can. But I think I've mentioned that I want to try and go for, like, 100% Pokédex completion in that game, to try and make it last a little bit longer, because I'm a little afraid that it's going to be short. And I think I'm going to add the extra rule of that I can't use Pokemon Go to do that. Because I feel like that's just going to make it way too easy. Because I'm missing, like, 3 Kanto Pokemon in Go. Oh, Fury Cutter's going to fuck your shit up. This is not a good last stand. This is an embarrassing last stand. That's an X4 weakness. Sorry. I bet you wish you would have saved Charizard to last. That would have actually been an epic showdown, I think. Especially since I think Barricade was down. Yeah, Let's Go has... You can trade Pokemon between the two. I don't know everything about it, because I haven't been keeping up with Let's Go that much, because I've been content to just be like, I'll just go into it and just experience it. Left with Bulbasaur? What world do you live in, Oak? I think it's time we gotta put Oak in a home. I think he's lost it. Yeah, let's just leave Gary here to, like, wallow. Yeah, 4x weakness, and it was 3rd stage Fury Cutter. Like, yeah, there was no chance. I forget, Scarlet. I know you've never played a Pokemon game. Are you planning on picking up Let's Go? Like, is that going to be your first outing with the series, aside from watching? So I want to say that the MVPs here were Barricade and Periwinkle. I think on the Elite Four at least, I think they did most of the heavy lifting. I think Sceptile did some decent work too, didn't he? But I think it was mostly Barricade and Periwinkle. Nah. He's such a sore loser, too. I'm pretty sure none of this was in Red and Blue. I'm pretty sure Red and Blue went from Hall of Fame to credits. It was just done. Oh, you're only considering Let's Go? You haven't decided yet or not? Better hurry up. 2 days. Unless you're waiting to see what people think of Let's Go before you take the commitment there, which is understandable. I think it's cool that they put Leaf in Smash Ultimate like that. I'm hoping it lines up that one of the color schemes I like for those characters happens to be one of hers, because, like, I'd probably prefer to use her if I could. I like her design. I don't know if she's one of my favorite player character designs, but I think it's a very solid design. Like, I'm the type that doesn't like the fact that they made new player character designs for Let's Go. I would have preferred they used the originals. I mean, I know they do that in all of the remakes. They always remake the, they always make new designs for them, but I'm not a big fan of the new ones, to be honest. But there's going to be all sorts of customization, so it kind of doesn't matter. Rest in peace, Mr. Iwata. I'd agree that Dawn is better than Leaf. I love Dawn's design. That's part of why I like 4th Gen so much, is I think she has a really great design. She's probably my favorite of all the player characters. As much as I hate on 5th Gen, I thought the girl in 5th was a really good design too. In both versions. I think the one in, is it Hilda? And then Rosa's the one in Black and White too. I think she's a really good design too. Then after that, I feel like they stopped trying, because they probably realized people were just going to customize the hell out of the characters anyway, and they were like, well, what's the point? Because I thought the one in 6th Gen was really boring, and I thought the one in 7th Gen was really boring too. I can't even remember what the male trainer looks like in Sun and Moon. Like, it's, like, not in my memory at all. But yeah, that's a first look for Scarlet. That's I believe it's it might be first look for other people too. Or a reminder of Kanto, like before we jump into Let's Go. And that's basically what I wanted to do. I wanted to just take a look back and say, I've done this with games before, like when they come out with like a remake or something, I'll be like, well, I'll play the original real quick before it comes out, just to kind of remind myself of what was good and bad about it, and now I can compare it directly to Let's Go and say like, well, they improved on this, didn't improve on this. I think my big complaint with this game, like I said, I don't like HMs, but I think HMs are tolerable in this game because there's only 5 of them. Flash you only have to use once. And Cut, eventually you get to a point where you don't really need Cut anymore. Like, after the Safari Zone, I got rid of Cut, because I was like, I don't really need it now. So it was basically just Surf and Strength and Fly, so it's a lot more tolerable than it is in later games, where there's like 8 fucking HMs and you have to be using them all constantly. So I won't even criticize this game for that too much. I think this game has aged pretty well in that regard. Whereas games like even 4th gen and 5th gen are like, there's so many HMs and it's obnoxious. I think my big problem with this game was the grinding. Like, it was actually, like, it actually made me a little sick to my stomach last night, thinking how long I would have to be grinding to get my team up to where I wanted them to be, just to handle the Elite Four. And I hope that Let's Go isn't that grindy. I don't think most of the newer Pokemon games aren't as grindy. Like, they have some grinding, but not as much as this. So I think they're going to improve on that. But I think that's kind of like... Yeah, like, 3rd gen, 4th gen, 5th gen, that was like, you basically had one member of your team that was just there to have HMs on them. And, like, it was really dumb design. It was really dumb design. I mean, I don't think they intended on people having the HM slave. I don't think that was something they thought was gonna be a thing, but they took way too long to address it, in my opinion. I mean, they finally have, so maybe I should just be happy that they finally have. But, yeah, I think that's about all I have to say about this game. I do think it's aged pretty well. I think if anybody wants to check out, like, an earlier Pokemon title, I would recommend this one as, like, a good starting point, perhaps. Perhaps even more so than Red and Blue. Red and Blue are kind of broken games, so I don't know if I would really recommend those. Even Yellow, to an extent, is kind of a broken game. I would recommend Gold and Silver, though, I think. But it's been a while since I played them, so I'm not 100% sure on that. As in terms of Randomizer Nuzlocke, I'll probably never do a Nuzlocke again, at least not as a stream. I honestly don't know if I'll do a Randomizer again, either, because... I don't know, I felt like it was necessary for this game because Pokemon options would have been very limited otherwise. And it had me using Pokemon that I'm not going to be now using again in Let's Go. Now, the fact that my Let's Go team is going to be all first-generation stuff isn't going to bother me too much, because I wasn't using much first-generation stuff in this. I think only one member of my team, or no, 2 members of my team were first gen. Everything else was 3rd gen, I think. No 2nd gen, which is kind of weird. But yeah, anyway, let's that will be it for tonight, because like there is post game stuff, but I'm not really dying to jump into that. I'm just kind of I'm happy with ending it here personally, even though it was a really short stream. Let me take a look at what I have for raid targets. I think I have a really good one. Yes, I do. I have a really good raid target. So we're gonna do that. Let me do this. Get the link for you guys. It looks like they're kind of taking a break at the moment, but that's all right. Where's my chat at? I don't think I caught anything from Gen 2. I saw a Pineco and it exploded. I saw a Hoppip and I think I accidentally killed it. I did catch a Teddy Ursa, but it was very late in the game. I think that was it. I didn't see much from Generation 2. It was kind of weird. If I wouldn't have been going the Nuzlocke route of only picking the first Pokemon per route, I might have been able to mix it up a little bit more. Because I remember I saw a Cyndaquil at some point in like the mansion or something. But yeah, anyway, I don't want to ramble too much longer. Let's go on a raid. First of all, let me drop some pixels. I'm gonna drop 100 pixels for those who stuck around to see the end of the game. And I want to get in the habit of starting to drop pixels just as thanks for anyone who sticks around to the end of the stream. And I have to do that before we raid because I don't want anybody to like raid too quickly and miss the pixels. So I'm gonna do that really quick too. And then if you guys will join me on a raid, that would be fantastic. Do the usual hashtag, and here's the link. We're gonna head over to Murphy's Law Gaming. He is playing Unravel 2. I've only barely seen this game. I don't really know that much about it, but he's playing it with his wife, which is our very own 7 Degrees Off Cool. In case you guys didn't know that. So we're gonna go over and say hello to them. They're doing it as part of their anniversary, which is pretty cool because it is a cooperative game. So there's the link for you if you're unfamiliar with Murphy and the link doesn't work for you. That is Murphy's Law Gaming, just like that. Murphy just got back, so this is good timing. So I'll see you guys over there for the raid, and I don't know if I'm going to stream tomorrow, but if I don't, I'll see you guys on Friday for Pokemon Let's Go. Thank you for tuning in as always, and I will see you next time.